Hello everyone, we're going to be doing this in one take. We're going to start out by saying, I'm going to say what I'm going to be covering in this following video. So first off, we're going to jump into understanding the terminology and definitions related to intellectual disabilities. Then we're going to go into state and explain some of the known causes of intellectual disabilities. Then we're going to finally go down to help out the youngsters, describe teaching methods and materials that can be used to help the students with intellectual disabilities to achieve their goals, potentially. So, intellectual disability occurs before the age of 18. It most of the time occurs even before that, maybe like 10 years old and younger, but it's classified as originating before the age of 18. So some of the definitions that are linked with intellectual disabilities are conceptual skills. Now this is your language and this is understanding like money, time, number concepts and self-direction. This helps you with stuff that you need in life. You always need to know how to use money, and you always need to know how to tell time. And then we move on to social skills. There's interpersonal skills, social responsibility, self-esteem, goal ability, the social problem solving, and the ability to follow rules, obey laws. This is important because you need to be safe. You can't get locked up. You can't go to jail. That's not good. You want to keep the youngsters out of jail. You want to keep them living their life. Then we have practical skills. Now this is a very important part right here. Your practical skills are your activities for daily living, such as brushing your teeth, eating dinner, eating. You need to know how to eat, and self-hygiene. I'm on the talk look. Your schedule, your routine, you need to keep on top of that. Alright, so then we're going to go over to the known causes of intellectual disabilities. Now, there's the causes are genetic conditions. Now, these result from abnormalities of genetics inherited from the parents, errors with genes and your X chromosomes and Y chromosomes. It can happen during infections with pregnancy infections, overexposure to X-rays. Say mom gets a broken bone while she's pregnant. If she gets an X-ray, that's no good. If you are born, you break your bone at 5 years old, your body is still growing and you're gonna get that radiation inside of you. It's gonna really stick inside of you. You're going to. So those are some of the genetic conditions that will happen. That's before birth and after birth. Then we're gonna go after to problems during pregnancy. So, say mom drank alcohol or used drugs. This can alter the fetus's brain and development, and this is known to cause intellectual disabilities in children. in newborns. It could also be malnutrition, certain environmental toxins, like people that live in Chernobyl. I'm sure that they have intellectual disabilities. Now, we also have temporary oxygen deprivation. This is a problem at birth. Cutting off air to the child's or to the baby's brain or anything, that's no good. Then we go into problems that are after birth. Now, these are just conditions like you can get chickenpox, you can get whooping cough, you can get lead poisoning, metal poisoning, mercury poisoning, all that stuff. Again, environmental toxins. This can damage your brain and your nervous system, causing you to have an intellectual disability. Now we're going to move down to our final topic, which is describe methods that we could help these students achieve their goals in life, achieve their top learning potential. We, as teachers, can give them more. We can read the instructions to them more than once. This will help it get into their heads, and it'll train them to follow the directions. We need to reinforce them by we need to keep telling them the directions. Just make sure they stay on track. When trying to teach them math, we can use money as like an example. So say we can have a word problem. Say Tyler has $5 in his bank account and he wants to give Aaron $3. How much money will Tyler have in his bank account after he gives Aaron $3? Now we can have paper bills on the table and we can teach them, okay, so here we go, this is $5 in Tyler's account, so we're going to take that $5 and move it over to Aaron's account, and then we go back and look and see how many dollars are in Tyler's account, and we say 1, 2. Okay, that's great, so Tyler will have $2 after he gives Aaron 3. That's a real life example. We can use straightforward language with them. With people with disabilities, simple words are the best to use. Don't look up a word in the thesaurus and give them a 7-syllable word when easily there's a 3-syllable word that can suffice. Just like I said there, suffice. Give them a 3-syllable word that is easy to understand. You want to give them technology that will help them. You don't want to make it difficult on students with intellectual disabilities because they will get stressed out and lose interest very quickly. You don't want to clutter their brains up. When you're going to give them a PowerPoint, you don't want to have it all different colors and all that stuff like that. You want to make sure it's something very simple like this. You want to make sure you do not want to look like that where you can't read it. And you don't want to have something like this. Yeah. I don't even think a sane person can understand that. Not sane, but like a person it's very hard to understand. Okay, let's go back. You want to give them, say a student does a book report. You don't want to give them their assignment back with red ink all over the report. You want to give it back to them and you want to sit down with them and say like, okay, Anthony, this is what you did wrong. Let me tell you why it's wrong. You didn't capitalize this letter. You didn't indent here. So that's really all I got. Sorry for taking up 10 minutes of your time. 10, almost 11 minutes. Thank you very much. Bye.